Just started live and I was just getting some information in here, so we'll share that with you in a second. All right, so welcome to our live video series, and if you've never joined us before, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. The thing that bothers me with Telluride videos, especially this Telluride Night Sky Edition, now I know you guys in the States call it Night Fall Edition. The thing with the Night Sky Edition is everybody goes around, and including me, and they show you the logos, how they're dark painted, and the wheels that they're dark painted, and I'm gonna assume that you guys have seen some of that. If you haven't, we have a bunch of videos on our own channel showing you the Night Sky Edition or the Night Fall Edition if you're in the States. What I wanna do is I wanna show you all the features that other people don't show you, because I think that's why people are so happy with this car. When I talk about being happy with this vehicle, I think it was Consumer Reports, bear with me. There was just a report released the other day. Tesla scores #1 for owner satisfaction, but the top gasoline vehicle was the Telluride. So we're gonna talk about why people are so satisfied with this car, and if you're interested in this car, we're gonna show you a lot of the key features that people don't show you, and even the less key features. So just some of the interesting details about this car, especially the tech side of things, that is maybe interesting to you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, if you've never joined us before, we are live right now, and if you're not live with us, you can skip ahead to the 3-minute mark. That's where we'll have the content, and if you wanna know how to join us live, I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. We'll let our live audience jump in here. Hello to all you people. We got some from Australia, we got some from the States, we got some from all over. Canada as well, of course. All right, if you're gonna join us live, just go to our YouTube page. Sometimes these videos are embedded somewhere else, so head over to YouTube, hit refresh at exactly 2 o'clock Eastern time, and you're gonna see our live video sitting right here with that little live tab. If for some reason you don't see it here, click the videos tab. It'll be the very first video, and again, you're looking for that live tab. Click that. We probably have to watch an ad. Yesterday we watched an ad for Hyundai. Today we're gonna watch an ad for Ram trucks. That's exciting. We're gonna skip that. All right. So I've got your comments in here, and I'm gonna make them a little larger so I can see them because they are also across the room from me. That'll help me be able to catch them. So let's talk about real news real quick. 2021 Nero is available for order. So I just found that. If you saw the very first seconds of this video, that's what I was finding out as it was going live. So yeah, 2021 Nero, we'll talk about that soon. Tomorrow, we're probably gonna pull in the previous generation Kia Soul EV compared to the current Kia Soul EV. Maybe we can mix in some new Nero information if there is any new Nero information, so that's our plan for tomorrow. Other news, we got next Tuesday. We're all gonna have to join me here, or we'll figure out how we'll do that. There's the new minivan announcement, so we're gonna watch that. We might even watch it together, so we'll all have some fun and that'll be exciting. And the new van, yeah, there we go. So that's happening next Tuesday at 2 o'clock is my understanding. So we'll figure out how we do that, how we mix in, whether we watch it together or we do something else. And somebody said, love watching these videos, learn a lot about my Celtos. Cool, I'm really glad. All right, we are 3 minutes in. So here's what's going on right now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you through a lot of the little features of this car that you haven't seen. So this isn't a traditional review where we go over a lot of the basics that, let's face it, everybody else has already covered, including myself. I've covered this vehicle many, many, many times. We're gonna go over some of the features that I think you may not see, you may not know about, and even some owners may not know about. If there's a feature that you've heard about that you think I need to mention, just drop it in the comments. I may not react to it right away. Sometimes they come up so very quickly and I don't see them. Sometimes, yeah, so if you send that to me, we'll get back to it. We're gonna go through the comments and we're gonna spend a half an hour here. So basically the next 30 minutes we're gonna spend on this vehicle. If this video ends up being longer than 30 minutes, we've probably gone off topic. Somebody did tell me that they sent me the official name for the new van. I'm wearing a Kia badge somewhere on here. That's a Stinger badge. There's my Kia badge. With that Kia badge on, I can't say a new name because I don't know the new name of the van. So that was just a quick answer to that van thing. We all know what it's called, but we'll find out after Tuesday. All right, another quick favor, hit that like button for me. That's all I ask for you. Let's dig into this video. All right, hopping in here. Now, let me get the key for you. One thing I want to show you, and it may not be set up. Ooh, where did the key go? There we go. Somebody else was moving this vehicle around for me. All right, some people are writing the new name. Yeah. We're gonna lock the car right now. See those mirrors that they fold in? One thing that I think is kind of cool is sometimes when you approach the vehicle, it may be too soon. I may not have left it. Sometimes you can set up so when you approach the vehicle, the mirrors can open and close. But at the very least, when you lock the car, the mirrors fold in. When I unlock the car, which I'm gonna do right now, those mirrors kind of fold out. So something that not everybody knows, but it is pretty cool. All right, let's dig into some of the menus in here. I think most of you have seen, I talk about this quite a bit, the seat on this vehicle. I really like this feature right here. If you pop this, you can see the front of the seat there is coming in and out. We'll bring it all the way in, and then if you are longer legged, you can bring it all the way out. And that doesn't look like a lot on video, but it actually makes a huge difference for comfort for a taller person or a shorter person. These are already fairly large seats, so a shorter person is going to fit just fine, but that would be too long for a short person, and it feels great for a longer person. It just makes the seat really long, so kind of a cool feature in there. All right, so we're going to go over some of the tech in this car. Real quick disclaimer, this actually had a bit of a low battery. Sometimes when they ship here, they had a low battery, so if we end up with a low battery situation, we'll just cut it short. We'll make it work. I think we'll be fine, though. I had it running for about half an hour, so we're good. And that's why we're not going to pay any attention to fuel efficiency, because I was making sure that was working. All right, I'm going to put the key down there. Okay, I'm in the menu item here. Now, you guys have all seen when I signal when the car is on. When I signal, this becomes your screen, and we'll just show you that real quick. Have to turn the car on for that. Going to signal like this, and there's your blind view monitor. There's the right side there, and that's just me signaling. I'm going to turn the car back off because I don't want to gas out my boss who is in the next office, and I need to make sure he is still capable of signing a paycheck for me. So, but that is, of course, the blind view monitor. We're not the only people to show you that. You've seen that before. Ice possible drive with care. You can turn that on. Normally it's at 4 degrees Celsius. We have it set to Fahrenheit right now. In fact, let's just change that because that's going to annoy me, and I am Canadian. And so we will go to other. We'll go to temperature unit, and we're going to go to Celsius. There we go. That makes me happy because now the inside and the outside. You guys are all telling me that the new minivan is called the Carnival. That sounds like a great name to name a van. Of course, you guys know I can't confirm anything until we talk about it. All right, so we're going to go over here to little things in this car. Now, this is the Night Sky Edition. It is the top of the line. You can see, oh, I tried it. There we go. It's going to fade in and out there. Whoa, sorry guys, I'm hitting the screen here. There we go. We have the heads-up display, and it shines into the glass there. It is very difficult to film. I'm not going to be able to do a great job. You can see the lane keep and the speedometer, and you can change the speedometer color, white, green, or orange. So there's that. And what I want to show you about the heads-up display, we're just going to zoom in here. This is our user settings. So how you get to these settings is I'm hitting this menu button right here. That menu button on the steering wheel controls right there. That goes side to side. This goes up or down, and pressing it in selects. That's how I'm doing everything that you're going to see. So we're just going to go side to side here over to the gear icon. Heads-up display we're going to choose, and you can enable or disable the heads-up display. Now, the heads-up display in this Telluride is on the windshield. It's not one of those little screens, so it's the higher-end kind of unit, and it places it a little bit better for some people when it's on the windscreen. You can change the height of that if you want to. You can also rotate it. For some people, they find it a little bit skewed just depending on how they sit and where they look, so you can rotate it a little bit to angle it right. You can change the brightness, which I'm just going to turn it up to full brightness because it makes it a little easier to film, although it is very difficult to film because the camera has trouble adjusting there. So we're going to hit OK. And content selection is really what I want to show you here. Some of these are not going to be turned on when you buy this car. Now, I believe I went through and turned everything on, but it's just good to know that a lot of people expect to have little information like the lane safety information, which is already up there. You've got the radio media info, maybe you don't know, but whoops, let me go the other way. Turn-by-turn direction. You can turn these on or off. So that, of course, is your navigation that's up in your blind spot detection. The traffic information is an interesting one. It has live traffic information, and you can put that in your blind spot detection. That's something that even I didn't know about until I started researching for this video. So I think that's just a cool thing to have. Driving assist information is up there. Lane safety info, which again, lane departure. This one was not checked off when I bought the car. When I got in the car as a brand new vehicle, the blind spot safety information. So of course we have a situation in this vehicle where it has blind spot detection. You can see that little spot in the mirror right there. That will light up orange if someone's in your blind spot. However, you can also have it in your heads-up display. And when I have this in the heads-up display of any car, what's really cool is, of course, I should be checking my mirrors when I'm driving. And those would be out of adjustment. That's better adjustment for me. But of course, I can check the mirrors. However, what's nice is if I'm thinking about a lane change, and where's my heads-up display? Oh, the camera always has trouble finding it. Let me go on the right angle here, and we'll find it back for you. Oh, it is gone. Anyways, it is in there. When I have my heads-up display up there, what's very nice to have is when I'm thinking about a lane change, if my blind spot light, the one I just showed you in the mirror, if that's on, there will be a left or a right side blind spot light. There it is. You can't see the light, but there will be a left side or right side of this speedometer. It will show me and again, forget that flickering. It's all about the way the camera picks up this screen. But you can see that blind spot detection thing there. So when I'm thinking about lane changing, I don't have to even think to check my mirrors, because if there's somebody there and it's lit up, basically if that light is on, somebody is in my blind spot and it will be there. So that's kind of a cool thing. And like I said, it was not off that lane safety. That lane safety button. Oh, that's the heads-up display. Yeah, there we go. Heads-up display, content selection. There we go. So that checkbox was not checked off with that blind spot safety information.
I'm having trouble here.
Siri's talking to me. Hold on. There we go. Also, the radio media information. So you can have your radio information, and that's another thing I didn't know. And for this car, it wasn't checked off. Now, I'm not sure if that's just from the factory or if that's from the way this car was dealt with people touching it, because we did have this car cleaned up for me. So let's go back to my menu. I want to go to the driver assistance setting as well. This is another couple things that I want you to know about. The smart cruise control reaction. You can change how quickly it reacts, so that's kind of a nice thing. I always like to leave it where it is. Driving assist, you can see the leading vehicle departure alert. What that is a system that I don't think even a lot of people know about, and it's often unchecked when you get into the car. What that does is if you're sitting there and there's a car in front of you, we're at a stoplight, and you're not paying attention, you're looking at your phone or you're looking over here or whatever else it is, when the car pulls away, you're going to hear a little beep beep, and it'll tell you that the leading vehicle has left. And it'll tell you, hey, get going. So you know how you sit at a stoplight and you always have to honk at that dude in front of you because he didn't realize that the car in front of them had left? Well, this has a leading vehicle departure warning, and that checkbox is not always checked. Lane follow assist, which is a nice, more advanced version of lane keeping assist. We talked about that on a Kia class the other day. And highway drive assist, we'll talk about that in a future Kia class. All of those can be turned on or off, so that's kind of helpful. And warning timing, you can change these timings for normal or later if you're hitting too many warnings, but I would not do it to later because it's usually good safety. Warning volume, you can turn the volume up or down. If you have people in the car and you don't want them to hear you're a bad driver, you can turn it down to a low or off, but we're going to keep it at medium because that's appropriate volume. Driver attention warning, low activity warning. So that's another warning thing that isn't always checked. And we're going to go to forward safety. Forward safety, you can change it to active assist or the warning only. In other words, the forward safety, the car is capable of stopping itself or braking for you in an emergency situation. You can change it to just warn you if there's a car in front or to actively brake. I would definitely keep it on the active assist, but if you don't want that, you can turn it off. So that's something to keep in mind there. We're going to go down to lane safety. We'll show you that one as well. Lane keeping assist, lane departure warning. So a lot of people don't want the car to steer for itself. So you could turn off that lane follow assist and the lane keeping assist and just turn it on to lane departure warning, which I have right here. And then it will just beep at you if you're crossing the lane marker. I personally prefer our system of being able to steer the car for itself, keep it centered in the lane, and that's pretty cool. So we're going to go back there. And again, all of these can be turned on or off. Blind spot safety. This is one I've really wanted to talk about for a while. Blind spot view monitor. So remember that monitor where it turned this to a screen when I showed you earlier when I signaled? You can turn that on or off. If that's too distracting for you, you can turn that off. I love it. I would keep it on. Safe exit assist. So the reason this is blind spot safety is the safe exit assist. Let me just jump out of the car for a second. We'll come right back, I promise. But the way the lane departure warning works, and I've showed this a few times on my videos in the past, is there's a radar plate back here, and it can see things that are in the way over here. So it can see a vehicle coming up this way. However, if you're backing up, you have rear cross traffic alert. So if there's a minivan parked beside you, the driver cannot physically see me because my hand is the minivan, but that radar plate can see me. If I'm driving this way, you can be warned of that car traffic crossing you. So you can turn some of these things on or off in that safety thing. We'll go back in there in a second. The other thing is the safe exit alert and safe exit assist. Now this is a really cool feature. If you are parked on the side of the road, just like this vehicle is parked right now, let's say you have kids in the back seat, and they're gonna get out, and I'm driving my truck really quickly beside you. Well, you don't want them getting out into traffic. Well, the safe exit alert and safe exit assist, what it can do is it can sense me coming the same way your blind spot detection comes, so it's capable of seeing me coming, and then it can lock out the inside door handle. In other words, it'll child lock the rear door so that they don't jump out into traffic. A super great feature that is all done with the same hardware, just has different software, and it works really, really well to keep your kids from jumping into traffic or someone else. Somebody asked what trim line this is. This is the Night Sky Edition. So this is basically the top of the line version. We'll talk about availability. That's also a very good news story. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Do me a favor, guys. We're about halfway through this. Hit the like button for me. Just click that one like. That's all I'm asking for. I'm trying to get to 60 likes today. So we're at about 27. We got some work to do, but we can get there. 60 likes is my goal. 29, perfect. That's where we're at. 29 likes right now. Okay, so that's driver assistance. We'll keep jumping in there. Driver attention warning, forward safety, lane safety, blind spot safety is where we were. So we'll show you that safe exit assist. You can turn that on or off. And the active assist is actively steers the car in a blind spot situation. So basically what that means is if I'm turning towards a car that is in my blind spot, the car can actively steer me away. It's like, hey, wait a second, maybe you didn't see that guy. And when I say actively steer you away, you can still steer past it, but it'll nudge you back a little bit, which is pretty cool. So that's a really cool feature there with the active assist. Or you can just turn it to warning only, blind spot warning. That's what the older cars, the original cars had with this blind spot warning. You can just set it to just that if you want. So it's pretty cool. And you can go off. Hey, Jim Murray says mine is on order. That's pretty cool. Parking safety, just show you this one too. Rear cross traffic safety alert. Again, we just talked about that cross traffic. So if the minivan's parked beside you and you can warn that, some people say, hey, it doesn't work. And it's just simply a matter of some point someone was test driving their car or their salesperson didn't go over it and they didn't turn it on. So that is a safety system you can turn on and off right there. Moving back to here. A couple other things I want to show you on the car. There are, let me go to the menu item here. Whoops, sorry guys. I know what I'm doing, honest. We're going to go down to the doors, just simple things. Automatic lock. This is one of the things that is kind of handy. You can enable it on shift or you can enable it when you hit a certain speed. So I like to have it on shift. In other words, I hit park and it unlocks itself. But automatically unlock. On the shift to park, vehicle off or off. So you can change that how you want it to set as well. Two press unlock is the one that I find the most useful. I am not someone who worries terribly about my security. I know that there are areas where you do have to worry about security. I worry more about getting in and out of my car. So when I hit the unlock button on my car, I hit it once and all 4 doors unlock. Or if I have my key in my pocket, I tap the driver's door once and all 4 doors unlock. So that can be done on one tap with this menu that I just showed you, and I'll show you again in 1 second. The way it's defaulted from the factory is a double tap of the driver's door unlocks all the doors, but a single tap of the driver's door only unlocks the driver's door. So because I take my kids with me a lot, I like to just have a single tap and it unlocks all the doors. So let's just take a look at that again. Ooh, come on, camera. So if we look in here, that 2-press unlock is a nice little feature. Power liftgate, we know about that. Power liftgate speed, you have 2 different speeds at which this tailgate can lift up. So if you want it to go slower or faster. And the smart liftgate, we've done a video on that in the past where you can turn that on or off. That means you can just approach the rear of the vehicle. As you stand near the back, the vehicle can open. Feel free to search one of my videos for smart liftgate. We've done that before. And you can turn that on or off. I'm gonna leave it on for this new owner. Salesperson can go over it with them. Lighting, there's lots of different things. One-touch signal, some people don't know this. You can set it when you just touch the signal like this. Ooh, I'm a little bit zoomed in, but okay. If you just touch the signal like that, the default is to 3 flashes. So you just touch it like that. There's 3 flashes that have gone off there. You can set it to 3 flashes, 5 flashes, 7 flashes, or just off. So it only flashes when you're holding that up or down. So just kind of an interesting system there. A lot of European cars have that. Headlight delay, just when you lock the car, leaves your headlights on, helps you get in the house. You can turn that on or off because depending on where you live, these great LED lights may be blinding your neighbors or they may be just shining in your own garage. So you can just leave that on and that's kind of a nice feature to have on or off. Going back through here, some sound. There's a welcome sound in this car and let's see if we can hear it. We got no earphones on, so come in. Okay. So let's jump in the car. Oh, I think we have to unlock it. Yeah, hold on. Let's do this right. We'll get the welcome sound playing. So the new K5. Whoa, sorry for the zoomed in camera there, guys. Let's fix that. Sorry about that. Come on. The new K5 has a welcome sound that is played through the stereo speakers. It sounds really cool. So we're going to lock it. Now I'll show you what I mean by that single tap, double tap. We're just going to do a single tap right here. Just the driver's door unlocked. And I'll turn. Oh, I might have to start the car. Nope, just the regular sound. So the K5 does that sound through the speakers, which is pretty cool. When I say through the speakers, it's more of a stereo surround sound type sound. All right, we'll go back to that menu item. It says it's -3 in this room. It's not quite, promise. Where are we? Lights. So we did that. Sound, we did that. Convenience. This is some cool features too. Seat slide, easy access. What that means is, have you ever noticed that when I turn the cars off, let me just flip around to me. when I turn the cars off sometimes, I like to show rear seat room in some of these reviews. And when I turn the car off, the seat kind of automatically slides back. Well, right now it's set to the normal. So when I turn it off, it goes back a little bit. It could be back to extended, so turn it off and goes way back. Or you can just turn it off. If you are a shorter person, this is the worst feature in the world because your taller partner maybe gets in the vehicle and when you hit this, they turn the car off, the car seat slides back. But how do you turn the car on? Foot to the brake and press the start button. If you are a shorter person, you can't reach the brake. So this may be a feature you want to turn on or off, especially depending on who you're sharing the car with. But it is a feature that you can easily turn on or off. Oops, let me try to zoom in here. So right now it's set to normal. We can turn it to extended, but I'm just going to leave it where it is. But you get the point here, what we're doing. Seat height, easy access. Ooh, I didn't know about that. That also lowers the seat. That's kind of fun. We're going to leave that too. Rear seat occupant alert. This is a very cool feature. So let me just show you what this is. Rear occupant alert. Let me see if I can try to spin the camera around. Sorry guys, this is going to be a little bit of a dizzy thing. In the very back, oh, I don't know if I can see it from here. Let's just see if I can hold the camera and look up. See that in the center of your screen there? Just past the sunroof? That is a piece that can tell you that, or can sense if there's people in the car. So, how does that work? Sort of like a sonar type system, it can sense if there's people in the car. So if you leave your young children or something in the car, you can be warned through your UVO Intelligence app. You can be warned with the car even setting itself the alarm off. In other words, you won't leave your baby in the car with a system like that. It's very capable of doing those kind of things. So you can set it up to warn you in many ways. But if you intend to leave your kids in the car, you might want to turn that system off. So you can do that by turning that system off. Welcome and mirror light. This is what I meant to do earlier. So yeah, when I approach the vehicle, the mirrors will, if I lock the vehicle and leave it for a few seconds, I have to leave it longer than I did, the mirrors will fold out and the mirrors can fold in just by approaching the vehicle, which kind of gives a luxury car feel to this. It's kind of a cool system, but you can set that different if there's an ice storm coming, maybe you want to turn those off. I kind of like that feature. Wireless charging system, you can turn that on or off. If your wireless charging phone does not work, make sure that checkbox is checked. Traffic information, we're going to turn that on as well. That's information that can come up through your information in your dash. Auto rear wiper in reverse. Now, not something I recommend in Canada in the winter, but in the summer, it's a great feature. So, of course, we all know the modern aerodynamic design of all these vehicles. The back window gets a little bit dusty. As soon as you put your car in reverse, you can get the wiper to do a single sweep if you want. The reason I don't recommend that in the winter is the rear defroster could freeze some ice on there because it goes to water, back to ice, back to water, back to ice. And you don't always want a wiper going over that. So you can turn that on or off seasonally, which is what I recommend if you want to use that. And little things like gear position pop up, just shows you what gear you're in the dash. Icy road warning, you saw that when we turned the car on. You can turn that system on or off, and that is what that little snowflake down there is. It's saying, hey, it could be bad. Okay, so service interval, that's kind of a cool thing. You can tell the car when it needs to get a service oil change. So you can adjust the interval. 6,000 kilometers in 3 months is where it's set to right now, but you could change that to whatever you want. Ooh, I think I have to hit OK to get out of this. There we go. So we could reset it for that. And let's just check the other for a second. Fuel economy is kind of interesting. So some of you know that I drive a Chevrolet pickup truck, and there's strange things like when I want to go to Celsius for certain things, I have to change temperature unit, but it also changes my tire pressure unit to kilopascals. I have no idea what a kilopascal is. I know what a PSI is, though. That's how everybody measures tire pressures. So in this car, you can set your PSI on your tire pressure. You can set your temperature unit to Celsius if you want, which is what I've got here. And your fuel economy unit, you can do kilometers per liter, or the more familiar, liters per 100 kilometers. So lots of options there, and then you can reset it based on a number of different factors as well. After ignition, after refueling, so it'll automatically reset after you refuel. Kind of cool ways to do the fuel efficiency or fuel economy reset. So those are just some of the features. We've got more to go over probably in this unit here, but I'm going to jump to your questions quickly, and then we'll go over some ambient lighting type stuff in here. We got 48 people on, and I'm still looking for about 60 likes. We're going to have probably 300 or more people on throughout the whole course of this half hour while we're live. If all 46 of you hit the like button right now, we're going to go blow past 60 likes. I know that sounds like it's bad math, but I bet you if you did it, we could get there. So do that for a quick second while I just look at your comments here. Some of my regulars are going to help me out here. If there's anything that I missed in your questions, they'll help guide me to those questions. But yeah, let me just make sure I haven't missed your questions, and we'll go through. What's factory recommended service interval? I believe 6,000 kilometers. The months, I have to double check. There is, so we do severe service here in Canada. You're gonna have a different setting. It may not be 6,000 kilometers where you are, but where we are, we're under the severe service schedule, and that's what it says. So, okay, let me just go through your questions if you have any. You guys talked about minivan names, and you told my bosses to give me a raise. I'm all for both of those. Good afternoon. Okay. Put the sold sign outside on the windshield. Yeah, the sold sign's on. Oh yeah, you could use the sold sign as background on the windshield. That would help a little bit. It's actually, the heads-up display doesn't show just because of the type of lighting it uses. It's kind of like an LED light, doesn't always show perfectly. Okay, keep going through your questions here. Am I missing something? I'm gonna go down to the bottom. I discovered your channel yesterday. This is an excellent source of information. Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to be the best information source we can be. All right, doesn't look like you guys have a ton of questions, so I want to go through one more thing. How many quarts of oil for an oil change? That is not my expertise. I'd have to check with my shop for that. You could probably find that resource online, but I don't know off the top of my head how many liters of oil. They don't really let me in the shop. They don't let me fix things around here, and that's probably a good thing. One thing I want to show you in here is a couple little things. We've talked about this before. They changed the name of this from driver talk to passenger talk. It's a really cool feature, and what it does right now is it is picking up my voice. Oh, it's very cool. Picks up my voice right here on the microphones, and in the rear speakers, the very third row, they can hear me, which is great if your kids have their AirPods in, earphones in, whatever. They're not listening to you. It's harder for them to ignore you now. So that's kind of a cool feature. And you also have, in addition to that, is, come on, go away, little radio. You have the quiet mode. Now you can reorganize these so these are together if you want to reposition all of these types of things. Quiet mode is right here. What that does is it dims the front speakers to no level higher than number 7, which is pretty cool. And then your rear speakers turn off. Again, you can let your kids listen to their own music through their earphones, and you can just do that. And if I wanted to turn up the volume, I could just turn up the volume here beyond 7. Turn quiet mode off. And if you turn quiet mode off, it's through the whole car. So that's kind of a cool feature there. And if you're ever in a Telluride and your speakers aren't working, only the front speakers are working, it's just the quiet mode that's been pressed. The most useless feature in the world is where we'll end this video a little bit later, sounds of nature. I hate that feature. A lot of people like it. I get it. We'll talk about why I hate it in a minute. But I want to show you the, where is it? The ambient lighting settings. So we're going to go to vehicle. And we're going to go to lights, and we're going to go to ambient light. So this is pretty cool because the colors that you can change this car to, there's a number of them that are preset. So blue flight, peaceful forest, dreamy purple, violet cloud, orange delight, golden insight, refreshing sea, custom color. Custom color is what I want to show you because you can set the custom color to just about anything you like. So to me, that's cool. I don't think it's dark enough in here to see the ambient lighting, but it is all throughout this car. It looks really cool. So, you know, if you're picking up your Valentine's date and you want to go a little more red in color or pink in color, you can do just that. If you just found out that your first date is with someone whose favorite color is green, you can just take it right over to green, whatever you want to do. So maybe somebody graduated from a college and the college you go to, color is purple. All you Western people will be really happy with me now. You can do stuff like that. So you can just change that pretty easily to literally any color you want. I wish I had that in my car. I've got some colors, but I'm stuck to certain colors. So that's kind of a cool system there that you can change the colors to. We had some questions come in. I'm going to jump out and take them in a second. We're at 43 likes. I'm still trying to go for 60, so I need 17 more. Maybe I'm being a little ambitious today. What else do we want to see? The seat is kind of cool. Heated and ventilated features is a pretty cool feature as well. If you turn this button on, and the auto controls that use climate control settings. In other words, what you can do here is when you have the car in the cold weather, you can set the steering wheel to automatically turn on when it's cold outside, and the seat heater will automatically turn on as well. And in the hot temperatures, your ventilated seat will automatically turn on. So you simply come in, you start the car, and the seat will automatically warm up, the steering wheel will automatically warm up, and it's pretty cool. So that's another cool feature that, again, I don't think anybody's showing you. Maybe not everybody knows. This is kind of a neat feature too. You can sort of see the seat there. So now when I move my seat, you can see exactly what I'm doing there. I'm just moving the back, and now if I'm moving the front, you can see I'm moving the front, I'm moving it up, and I'm adjusting that piece out in the front. Again, sorry for the see if I can get it filming correctly. But the point is, you can see exactly what you're doing, even though you can't reach. So let me just show you flipping over here. When I reach my hand beside the seat over here, I can't see exactly what I'm doing with those controls, but you can see it over here on the screen in front of me here. So just kind of cool features there. We were going to keep this to about 30 minutes. We are at the 30-minute mark just now. Other features we can talk about. One day I'm going to do a video on how to set these up. They can open your garage door. That's pretty typical stuff, but not everybody knows how to do it. UVO Intelligence is another video I'm going to do at some point. UVO Intelligence, we have a video up, but it's a little bit out of date now. These are sort of the buttons that are in your car, but UVO Intelligence is actually just a cell phone app, and you can remote start the car right from your cell phone. For 2021, you can remote start the car from the key fob as well. So lots of that going in. What temperature does it need to be oh, that's a great question. Somebody just asked a really good question, and I don't know the answer. What temperature does it need to be to engage that heated seat or ventilated seat? It seems to be reading to me the inside of the car, because it seems like it doesn't always happen when it's -10 outside if someone has recently driven the car. So I don't know that it's outside temperature driven. I think it's inside temperature driven. But I don't know what temperature it needs to be to have the heated seat and heated steering wheel turn on automatically, or what temperature it needs to be for the ventilated seat to turn on. I will tell you though, that having activated that feature on these cars, both in the summertime and the wintertime, it seems to just always get it right. It seems to know when I need the heated seats and heated steering wheel, and it also seems to know when I need the ventilated steering wheel, seat. And it doesn't turn it on full blast usually. It just turns on like the second level, sometimes just the first level. So it really kind of figures it out. But I don't know the spec on that temperature. That's a good point. All right, I'm gonna jump through a couple more questions here. Let me hit the like button. Let me know if you guys like doing these techie kind of things. We do these live videos every single weekday, so we cover a lot of the vehicles the way traditional people would, walk-arounds. We're always in depth. That's just the way we do things around here. If you think we should do more of these in-depth tech things, just mix them in every now and then, and I'm totally willing to do that. Let me know. I'm gonna let you guys look at that for a second while I just scroll through my computer here and see if there's any questions that I missed. You guys are talking about teddy bear, so can I program the seats based on the key fob? Okay, that's a really good question. Short answer is no, you can't program the seats based on the key fob. There is a driver memory section on the left side. Now, there may be a software update. Now, nobody's told me there will be a software update, but a lot of these cards are receiving software updates that kind of update the look of that center screen. The K5 showed up, and some of these updated screens, something like the Kia Seltos has this already, where you can choose your driver, driver 1, driver 2, or guest. In the K5, when you choose driver 1 or driver 2, in addition to having the screen with the radio, all those stations, like if I have different radio stations than someone I share the car with, it'll have my radio presets in there. It also has on the K5 the ability to change your seat when you change the driver, like just select the driver. And you can change, it automatically changes the climate settings to what you have it at. So if I like to keep the car warmer than somebody I'm sharing the car with, I just choose driver 1 and it moves the seat the way I want it, the climate control the way I want it, and changes the radio display, including the widgets and everything else to the way I want it. So that's one option. I don't know if a future software update will come to this car, but there are updates being done to these 10.25 inch screens that may change some of those features. On the K5 in particular, it does do that. We're getting close to 60, someone said. They're talking about 60 likes. Yeah, we're only 5 away. So 5 of you that have not hit the like button, I'm going to beg you really nicely for 1 more or 5 more likes. Let me just see if there's any other questions here that I'm missing here. I should start my own channel. I have my own channel. It's this channel. They let me do pretty much whatever I want on here. Does that also engage when using the UVO link to start the car? If you're talking about heated seats, does it turn on your heated seats and heated steering wheel? My UVO on my personal electric Soul, Kia Soul EV, does not heat my heated seat. I know the new Sorento heats the seats as well as the heated steering wheel. My heated steering wheel comes on. So I believe on the Telluride also the heated seat will come on with UVO Intelligence. It's a good question there. Does it come with a middle row bench seat? So this particular Telluride happens to have captain's chairs, although you can get it the SX model with the, whoops, I didn't unlock all the doors. I should unlock all the doors for a second. Remember when I just did that single unlock? This one does have captain's chairs in the back. That's how the SX Limited and the Night Sky Editions, they come with that middle row bench seat. When you have that middle row bench seat, you've got the heated and ventilated middle row seats. So that's kind of a nice feature that you step up to with these cars right there. Other cool features here, just while I'm here, you got the sunshade there, which is pretty cool. It comes right in the door. So Just nice features. And then the double pockets there where you can put your phone in there, USB ports on the back of every seat, USB ports on every seat pretty much. So those are good questions. We're going to stay with the questions here, guys. I know if you're bored, that's fine, but we're going to stick with the questions while we still have them. I wish we could get nicer trims with the bench seat. Yeah, I hear you. And then the flip side is people were saying, I wish I could get the captain's chairs in the lower trim. So it seems like Kia can't. I would love to see that option where you could have like bench seats or bench seats or captain's chairs in any trim. But I don't think that's going to happen because these things are selling so well. Speaking of selling well, there's been a wait for a lot of you trying to order a Telluride. I can tell you right now, if you want a Telluride SX Limited, we have one in stock right now. If you want this, a Telluride like this Night Sky, we have one coming in very soon. It's going to be a gray with black wheels. The wait is not what it used to be, so give us a call. Yay, we got the 60 likes. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to let you look at that. What else have we got here? I think that's it, guys. Did I miss something? Heat-elated. Did I say heat-elated earlier? I might have. Do you prefer the older 3-segment head unit display or the new single? Okay, so somebody asked which head unit display I prefer. As many of you know, I did a video where it was kind of controversial. I said that I wasn't crazy about the new software on some of our cars. And I feel like a future software update can fix a lot of what they're doing that I don't like. But there are a lot of things I do like. I should have been more clear on that video. The new system, especially in the K5, is amazing. Like I said, you choose the driver and it customizes the entire car to you, not just the head unit. I like some of the features of the new thing. There are things that are just equal, they just look different. I would love it if they didn't go purple, but that's just my opinion, and it sounds like they're gonna go purple with a lot of their display units, kind of as a display thing. What's cool about the Telluride is you can match your ambient lighting to that new purple display if you get that purple display in your car, so that's kind of cool. All right. You guys are using measuring tapes. You guys are spending a lot of time talking about teddy bears. So let me know if there's something I missed, regulars, when you talk about teddy bear. Is there a way to save multiple seat settings based on the key fob? So we talked about that a little bit. What color is the SXL that you have in stock? The SXL I have in stock is the green with black leather. I forgot the name of the green. You guys have to forgive me. Slipped me off the top. Oh, we'll check the color. But it is the green. What color is that green called? The green is called Dark Moss. Dark Moss with black leather is the SXL we have in stock. Again, if you guys are looking for anything Telluride, just give us a call. We've got a bunch coming in. There is a gravity gray with a black wheel, so the Night Sky edition coming in. We've got plenty of them coming in. All right, we're gonna keep it, wrap it up here, I think, guys. I think we got to most of your questions. I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom, see if there's something I missed. There we go, yeah. All right, so I want to thank everyone for joining us. Tomorrow we're going to show probably a comparison of the previous generation Soul EV to the current generation. We have a big EV following here. If you've never looked at an EV, tomorrow's a good video to tune into. I got a Kia class coming up this afternoon. I'm actually going to use this vehicle here. I'll tell you what that's about when you watch the Kia class. Kia classes have been really popular. They're 3 to 7 minute videos. And just try to explain something really quickly so you don't have to watch the full 38 minutes that we've gone today. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the 63 likes, guys. That was awesome. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.